Yo, what's good, everyone? Today is January the 23rd, 2024. Dear most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you, God, for another opportunity of prayer, God. We thank you, God, for allowing us to see another day. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to do another broadcast, oh God. Thank you, God, for just your love, your mercy, and your compassion, oh God. I ask you, God, that you will bless the viewers as well as our show this evening. Let it be edifying. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Yo, what's good, everybody? Give everybody a chance to come on in. I want to just kind of just talk tonight, just briefly about. I put a little late pre-show announcement out there, but I wanted to kind of do a welfare check, just make sure everybody doing good so far this year. Everybody maintaining so far, as well as I wanted to get into this whole Bobby Womack, Sam Cooke situation. You know, a whole lot of conspiracy theories out there over the years about his surrounding his death and everything else. But I just want to talk about that for a little while, and then we getting up out of here. Um, but while I'm waiting on everybody to come on in, and as usual, let me know what platform you streaming on. If you're watching it on the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, or the Marvin Bennett Jr. Facebook page as well. Let me get these comments pulled up. Let me know as you guys come on in. So definitely, like I said, I want this to be an interactive conversation, especially when we get to the relationship part and all that there. But while everybody's coming in, let me go ahead and get a few born day shout outs out the way. I want to say happy born day to my cousin Bunny Bergman. Happy born day to my teammate Rabu Gary, Miss Jarrell Green, Westside Rough Rider Nation for life. Happy born day. Happy born day to Doris Harkley, Andre LaFleur, Latrice Sessoms, Latrice Sessoms, Johnny Smith, happy born day, Johnny. Faith Gibson, Micaiah Freeman, Chrissy Carter, David Bay, Kimberly Tremont, Shanine Anderson, happy born day, beautiful. What up, Troy? David Mason, Vanessa Bishop, Vanessa Everett, happy born day. Love you much. Andre Dimmons, Lamont Blunt, Annette Tyson, Deanie, love you, Deanie. Happy born day, Deanie Gibson, Herman Morris, Elder G, Willie Gibson, Pepper Peterson, and last but not least, my god sister, Tangi Culbertson McMore. Yo, what's good, Troy? Troy coming in here hating already. You know how you do. Happy born day to you too, bro. Happy born day, Troy Davis. He celebrated on this past week as well. So shout out to all the born days. My condolences to everybody that lost somebody. Um, yo, what's good, What's good, Bev? Nah, actually, Bev, I'm gonna keep it real. That's why I was laughing with Troy tight what he said. I'm not trying to take care of the waves. It's just been cold, and it's been too cold to shave my head like it normally do. So I ain't want to be up here looking nappy, so I just threw the do rag on. So that's the purpose of the do rag. I wish I did have some ways to take care of. What's good, Al? What's good, Jew? Um, yeah, but I kind of wanted to get that out the way, get the born day shout outs out the way. And like I said, I just kind of wanted to check in with everybody, make sure everybody off to a good start this year. Everybody doing good out there, family doing well, things of that nature. I really waiting on for some few more females other than Bev to get in here too, because I want to talk about this whole relationship thing. Like I said, we ain't gonna be in here long tonight. But I want to talk about that whole Bobby Womack, Sam Cooke situation in particular. And yeah, while you guys typing your answers in, if everybody good, the family's good and checking out. Shout out to Brittany and her family too. I seen the dedication for baby girl. So shout out to them, everybody as well. Hey Lenny, I seen you had some company on the on the front lawn the other day or the day. Them suckers was huge too, man. That's what's up, Bev. All is well. I like to read that. I like to see that. Um, yeah. So, um, by everybody else coming in, we kind of go to get started on the whole thing. Yeah, those Bucks were big. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were big, bruh. And they had like they ain't even care. Where you at? Owen Mills, right? I'm like, man, I got to be careful out there, especially at night. Them jokers them some big jokers. They weren't your typical dead. Um, yeah, but okay. Yeah, and shout out to nephew too, man. What's good, Rochelle? Shout out to nephew, man. That was a beautiful article when y'all said Supreme, committing to Army. So salute to him as well and the rest of the family. Looking forward to checking some of those games. Now I got to start watching some Army games. um, yeah. So the whole but everybody know who the legendary Sam Cooke is. He was and it's crazy. Sam Cooke is a whole entity in itself because for me, I've always been fascinated with old school, just music in general. But I've seen so many different documentaries on Sam Cooke and his legacy, his music, the part he played in the movement, and a lot of different things about his death. There's been a lot of speculation. The lady at the hotel, she got rightfully exonerated. They said it was a justifiable homicide when he killed. But then over the years, there's been so many different conspiracy theories. Excuse me, surrounding his death, where it was kind of scripted. Did he get killed because he was playing a big part in the movement? We all seen the movie. What was it, 4 days, Four Guys, whatever, with him and Ali, and all four of those together down there in the hotel in Miami. Um, so there's been a lot of he's been an attractive story for many years. Everybody know the great song "Change Is Gonna Come," um, but surrounding his death, the story goes that Sam Cooke went to a nightclub, met a young lady. He they leave the nightclub. He's supposed to be giving her a ride home. Either he decides or they decide. I don't know. I wasn't there. To stop by a hotel room. They stop by a hotel room. Young lady goes in the bathroom, uses the bathroom. She comes out. Sam goes in, comes out naked. Now she say that he attacked her and tried to rape her, which, not to say that it doesn't happen, but let's be clear. I don't believe that rape. I know for a fact that rape does happen. I'm just saying on that level there, when you're a superstar of that nature, it just seemed like, okay, next up is at least 50 women outside. Like I just can't see that scenario. Not to say that he's innocent, not to say that he isn't here to speak for himself, but so supposedly he goes back to the bathroom again. While he goes to the bathroom, she grabs her clothes and his clothes as well and proceeds to leave to the hotel. She goes to the front desk to the manager's table. Nobody's there. So she proceeds to run down the street, whatever. Sam Cooke supposedly comes to the manager's office, like, where's the young lady at? Now, mind you, she has his clothes. The only thing that he has on is a sports jacket. They say in one shoe. That's all he has because she done took all his clothes. Um, so he asking the lady, which I have to mention it was African American. It was a black lady that was the manager of the hotel. She she says that she doesn't know where the young lady is, whatever. Supposedly Sam Cooke's like, no, you lying, you hiding her. Where is she? They go back and forth. They have an altercation. The lady pulls out 22, shoots him in the lungs and in the heart. Shoots him in the lung and in the heart. Uh, Sam Cooke replies, "Lady, you shot me. You just shot me." She says she grabbed a broom handle and beat him until he's unconscious. Now, that's the story that was reported. That's what the police report says from different documentaries that I've seen over the course of years. Um, his producer at the time, his wife was an investigator, was an investigator, so she got to go see the police report while it was still fresh. Um, now, I think this is important too, as far as the timeline. Is All this happens and takes place. They leave the club at 2:40. They arrive at the whole motel at 2:45, and all this occurs about 3:16 in the morning. So it's just that much. It's not very much time in between this whole transaction and him losing his life. Now, Etta James, the legendary Etta James, she said, fortunately, she was in the neighborhood or something to that effect. It was reported that she arrives on the scene. Etta James says when she sees Sam Cooke, like it looked like he was beaten halfway to death. Like his face was not recognizable, his hands were damaged. Um, she said he was beaten so bad. Now, remind you, the lady that shot him and killed him, she said that she beat him with the umbrella till not the umbrella, the broom handle until he stopped attacking her. Etta James reportedly said that it looked like he was beaten so bad that his head was no longer almost holding on to his body. So those are two different conflicting stories because I can't see nobody being unrecognizable from being beaten in the face and head with a broom handle. I don't know. I'm not a forensics expert, but then there was a lot of been, like I said, it's so many different conspiracy theories over the years as to he was a big part of, and I've always been into those type of conspiracy theories too as well. One thing that I always say on this show, and sometimes I get in trouble, but I really don't care because it's my opinion and I stick by it, is when it comes to Martin Luther King, when it comes to Malcolm X, when it comes to these different ones, hey, what's good, EJ? How you? When it comes to these different ones, as far as our black leaders, they never have a problem with us with them being leaders. The reason that they killed Martin Luther King and the reason that they killed Malcolm X had nothing, and we know what I mean by when I say they, but it has nothing at all to do with marching. It had nothing at all to do with the right to bear arms. That's the picture that they want to paint, but that's not the truth. The reason that they killed Martin Luther King and the reason that they killed Malcolm X both was not because they were talking about equality. They message began to talk about economic equality. Now what you're doing is it's one thing for you to be out there fighting rights and all that there, but now when you start affecting my pockets, we have a problem with that. We don't want to, we kind of talked about it a little bit last week. Like I've always been a proponent. Like I was it's like that because of the way I'm sitting. Miss critique on my do rag. Rochelle said all that was a setup. It was planned. It was planned. Look at the timeline. That man was beat by multiple men, weapons. No woman with a broomstick could do that much damage. And that woman that claimed to be raped. If you are right, you're in a state of shock. You're scared. You're hurt now. Do you have time to pick up someone else's clothes along with yours? Good point. Good point. Because and let me be clear. I left that part out because one of I do remember specifically one of the police officers saying that when she did grab her clothes, she inadvertently grabbed his clothes too. Now my thing was, how do you even know that? I don't like them throwing that word inadvertently because that might be just your story or your narrative, which is another reason why I have a lot of problems. As much as I watch court TV and watch a lot of these different murder trials over the course of years, like let's be clear, people, when it comes to trials in court, it doesn't mean that just because somebody was found guilty or found innocent that it was the truth. When you're talking about court, it's all about who paints the best picture. Like, even with these investigative police, the different shows and whatnot, it's like, okay, yeah, they came in through this window here and the force of entry, attacked the person right here, took the life, and they tried to run for the Bible. It's like you painting this picture, but you was there. There's no footage of this, so how do you know? But it's about coming up with a believable story, something that you could actually formulate and make sense, and people go and run with that. But it never doesn't, and those stories don't add up to being factual. That's my whole point on that. But back to Sam Cooke. So I agree with you 100%, Rochelle. I don't believe from the different reports and the different descriptions, I don't believe that no woman would have did that by herself with after shooting him with a broom handle. So a lot of controversy over the years and conspiracy theories has also been that he was taken out by the government, just like some of our other great leaders, because he was so pivotal in organizing and people were listening to him. Change gonna come and all these different things. He was a big part of the movement and black people. Sam Cooke was one of the first people in music, period, black or white, to own all his masters and all his rights outright. He put on so many different people. He had gospel money, he had secular money. Like he was a businessman before all these things came to fruition when it was such a rarity at the time. So I'm quite sure a lot of people had issues with this black man getting that kind of money. That exactly, Bev. That was a threat, unity, and that's my whole point. So they had plenty of reasons to want him gone. So I don't know, but his death is always, and the circumstances of his death is always fascinating with me. Now, fast forward to why I've talked about Bobby Womack. So, in the course of Sam Cooke being who he is at the time of his death, Sam Cooke was married to a young lady. They were married, got divorced 4 years later. They both remarried somebody else. Okay, so they both were in their second marriage. They wound up having a daughter. 4 years later, they have a son. Then a year later, after the son is born, they have another child. Um, During this time, Sam Cooke is on top of the world. The biggest artist, that they say literally the biggest artist in the world at this particular time in America, other than him and Elvis Presley, is neck and neck. There's no. Some people would say Sam Cooke was number one. Some people would say Elvis number one. So just to put you in the mind frame of the status that he was at, like he was up there with Elvis, and everybody know how white America and America, black, even Black Americans felt about Elvis during this time in the 50s and the 60s. So he he started out, before he started doing secular, he was with the Soul Stirrers, a gospel group, which he broke away with him and his brothers, or whatever the case may be. Starts a secular career. He comes across this father who has these 4 sons, 4 or 5 sons. That's pretty good, or that's on the gospel circuit. They running along with the staple singers, pop staples and the staple singers. They said they were so close, and so I don't know if it had something to do with the times and lack of money and hotels and things of that nature there. But the boys would sleep in the bed with Pop Staples' daughters. Nothing sexual, whatever the case may be, but they had to share rooms and all that kind of stuff there. So one of these young brothers just so happened to be Bobby Womack. Sam Cooke takes a liking to the father, so he's pretty much grooming Bobby Womack. Takes him up under his sleeve, takes him up under his wing, um, showing him the rope. So Bobby Womack eventually he leaves his brother group and breaks out on his own, Bobby Womack, and becomes Bobby Womack, whatever. But he credited all of this to Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke being his mentor and what have you. All right. Said all that up to say this. When Sam Cooke dies, they have a funeral for him in Chicago. Say over 200, from 200 to 250,000 people who show up in Chicago just to, celebrate the life of Sam Cooke. Pardon. They put the body on the plane. Then they have another service for him in Los Angeles with the Ray Charleses, the Etta James, everybody who's somebody. They were all there. Bobby Womack is there too. Bobby Womack does not only show up to the funeral, but he shows up with Sam Cooke's wife, driving Sam Cooke's car, wearing a Sam Cooke suit. Now, let's be clear. When I say he shows up with his wife, he wasn't just giving her a ride. They came to this man's funeral together. So I'm like, hey, what's good, Nicole? I definitely wanted you. I'm glad to see you here because I wanted to hear your take on these different scenarios. just in general, because we're talking about Sam. I'm basing everything off of Sam Cooke, Bobby Womack, but we're going to break it down into regular life too, our personal lives and stuff like that. And let's be clear, there's no judgment. We just having conversation, right? But again, he shows up to this man's funeral, his mentor, with his wife, like the ultimate big red from 5 Heartbeats. Eleanor, if there's anything that you need, he was grind. It's super dude. Yo, it's crazy that you even say that because when I was talking about it earlier, Nicole, that's the exact same word that I use. Grimy. I'm like, yo, was Bobby Womack the first battle rapper? Like, that is crazy to me. The audacity to not only just show up to this dude's funeral, but to show up with his wife, who you sleeping with, because they later wind up getting married, right? We're gonna get to that. But he drives his car with one of his suits on. Like, dude, that's to me personally, I think that's kind of crossing the line. Like, it's one thing if y'all were just friends, whatever. And I wouldn't even be mad at that day if the woman wasn't a part of the equation, right? If this is my mentor, I got ties and stuff. I got pieces. I still rock the suit that my bishop bought me over before he passed away. Because he passed away, I make sure I never get rid of that suit. That suit is over 20, 30 years old. And I still wear it from time to time. Still have different ties that me and him, my father, my brothers, we bought for special occasions, special services, or some of his ties, after he passed. I was blessed to be able to get some of his ties, stuff like that there. So I see some of that things there. But I'm not doing none of that or driving his car, showing up with his ex-wife, you know what I mean, or with his wife. It's not even ex-wife because he passed away. They was never divorced or anything. Good evening. Hey, what's good, Dorothy? So yeah. So fast forward, funeral is over. So that had to raise like mad controversy. Thank God Almighty they didn't have social media back then, because I would have loved to go back and see some of those tapes and footage of just different people reactions, regular people reactions, the fans reactions, and some of these celebrities. You know what I mean? Because I'm quite sure within their small little circle, they all be knowing what's going on. But it was just the fact that this was the man that took you up under his wing for you to do him like that. So again, fast forward. Bobby Womack, his intentions could have been good, right? Because he goes on to marry this lady. So they married. Only problem with that was she comes home one day, finds him in the bed with the oldest daughter of her and Sam Cooke. She goes crazy, trying to fight him and all that kind of stuff there. I don't know if they get divorced at that point or whatever. But he wound up leaving the mother for the daughter and eventually marrying the daughter. Grimy again. Super duper grimy. I mean, grimy to the highest level. Now, I don't know what year it is. I meant to look that up. But he comes out with a song called I Wish She Didn't Trust Me So Much. Now, that right there, that's beyond grimy, right? Because it's been reported that he said that it had nothing at all to do with Sam Cooke, right? I don't believe you, bro. I call you a bold-faced liar in a situation like that. There, yeah, super duper messy. It's a word. It got to be a word stronger than messy. Like that. That's just crazy to me. This dude wrote a song, and I'm trying to I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, sucker for sure. That's a bet. What we call a band right there. A BAN band. um, let me see, because I want y'all to hear some of these lyrics. I can't play it because don't own the rights to the music. But I want y'all to hear some of these lines. And he said that this had nothing at all to do with Sam Cooke. Now, mind you, I want to see what year this came out, because this is years later. I want to say this song is from the 80s, early 80s maybe. So, and the crazy thing is I watched the video. So the video makes it even worse. The video even makes it even worse. When y'all get a chance, go watch this video. I wish you didn't trust. I wish I didn't trust you so much by Sam Cooke. So video comes on. They in a bar. They just the two fellas having a drink, and the song opened up. I'm the best friend he got. I gave him the shirt off my back. He knows he can trust me with his life, but he's trying to leave me alone with his wife. I wish he didn't trust me so much. I think he really trusts me too much. How can he be so blind? We've both got the same good taste. He should know when he's going on his business trips. I can't help watching his woman because I'm losing my grip. I wish he didn't trust me so much. Like, dude, this is like literally battle rap before battle rap to me. Like, I was tripping when I was reading these different lines and whatnot. Like, dude, the audacity. The audacity. Hey, what's good, Jill? Yeah, but yo, Bobby, man, he a different kind of level of gangster. He had to know there's nobody that slick. And I'm like, yo, for you to write and that's the ultimate band right there. That's the ultimate sucker move. Not only for you to write this song, but to do this after this man is dead, man. This man been dead and gone. Like, why would you even put something out there like that? Like, was you going bankrupt and needed to hit the stay in your Beverly Hills house or whatever the case may be? Like, yeah, the whole family. They was on something else. I was trying to see again what year that came out. But it's super duper fire. So I kind of wanted to bring all that to full fruition because I don't want to get on by. We established like a lot of people ain't rocking with that. But then when you look, you see you got the Jacksons, two of the Jackson Five. I wish Mar was on here because I know Mar, he like the expertise on all things Jackson Five. But two of the Jacksons, and I want to say that the nephew that's playing Michael Jackson in the upcoming movie, whatever the case may be, is one of the byproducts of this. But you got brother cousins, sister cousins going on and on that side too, where I don't want to say the wrong names, but I know for a fact two of the Jackson Five had babies by the same woman. So, yep, what? L, that's the nephew that's in the movie. He's one of the brother cousins. They're trifling too, but the women are trashy for indulgence. Absolutely. Like, and you see these different things, and I know that all women are scandalous. There's like all men ain't dogs. You know what I mean? Those are facts. There are good men out there. There are some good wholesome women out there. But then when you see all these women out here with these different posts and what they be liking and what they laugh at, and you in the comments, it gets so like grimy. Randy and Jermaine, I think. Jermaine, yeah, I know Jermaine is one of them. And it's funny how Jermaine name always come up with. Jermaine was married to Barry Gordy's daughter. Like, Jermaine is super messy. He is about as messy as the grease in his head back in the day. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Yeah, so, but that's just, I don't understand it. Like, are you that thirsty? Like, well, I ain't gonna never have to work a day in my life between the two of them. Can you imagine the alimony I get? Can you imagine the you know the child support I get from having two Jackson 5 babies? Like, but your kids gonna have to grow up one day, and they gonna have this same conversation that we have. Like, yo, you my cousin, but you my brother too. You my cousin, but you my sister too. So I'm kind of just wondering. Well, I kind of see where it's going, but I wonder, like, y'all take on that. There, how y'all feel about that? Like, people hooking up with family, because you see all these different things. One of the shows that I got kind of, hey Mar, hey, what's good, Nina? The song came out in 1985. Okay, thank you so much. 1985, and I want to say that Sam Cooke was murdered in 64, 65, something like that. So you wait to put this song out 20 years later after this man is dead. That's absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. And you can't get no pass from me for that. There, I don't like it. I don't like something like that. There. Not only did you take this man, not only did you were sleeping with this man's wife, you leave his wife for his daughter and marries the daughter. Like that's a whole different level of grimy. But people always like this, for people that agree with it. It is again, there's no right or wrong, there's no judgment. But some people say you can't help who you fall in love with and all this other kind of stuff there. I don't like that. That might be true in some aspects, but I guess what? I think I could control who I fall in love with. Because even put it like this, even if you develop feelings for that person or whatever the case may be, it's just like anything else, a sin or anything else in your life. Just because you're tempted by it, don't mean you have to give into it. Wait, he married Sam Cooke's daughter. Yes, yes, yes. He married the wife first. He married Sam Cooke's wife that he was married to, but when he at the time of his death, he married her after showing up to the. I don't know if you was in there yet, Nicole. After showing up to Sam Cooke's funeral, driving his car, wearing his suit with the wife. That I'm telling you, he on a whole other level. I think Bobby Womack might be literally the father of gangster rap. Like he was living those lyrics out like to the fullest. Then he fast forward, the wife breaks up with him because she comes home and find him in the bed with her and Sam Cooke's daughter. Then he wound up marrying the daughter. Like that's just messy all the way around. So the point I was making, though, people always say, yeah, way before Jerry. I don't even think Jerry was a mayor at that time. Some relationships should not be entertained at all. I 1,000% agree, Bev. That's the point that I was making. Just because you develop those feelings or whatever, or they might be brewing, don't mean you have to entertain it whatsoever. Watch the Unsung for Bobby Womack. Tells it all. What Marvin's saying. Okay, yeah. And I could have sworn that they did. I think I've seen that one before, too. I think I did see that one before. It's been a minute. I've seen that they are bringing Unsung back. So shout out to Unsung, too, because Unsung was a pretty good show to me, especially, as much as I love music. I love hearing those little intricate details, some of the things that we didn't know over the course of years, things like that did. I'm definitely glad to see them coming back and doing a new season of Unsung. But yeah, when y'all get a chance, check out Unsung and check on Bobby Womack and check out the video. I wish he didn't trust me so much. And literally names the song. I wish he didn't trust me so much. Like the cojones like that. That's crazy. That's super duper crazy. But to bear point in what we were saying, one of the big shows for over the last 4 or 5 years, which I actually enjoyed the show because I don't really watch a lot of shows that come on regular TV. That's not my cup of tea. I don't do the ABCs and all that there. NBC, Fox. I hate commercials. So I never really get into them shows. But I found it interesting, the premise before this show actually started. And I got caught up watching it. And the show is This Is Us. I don't know how many of you all out there watched it, but it was a pretty decent show. And I know a lot of people did like it. And just that whole dynamic. And it was all, I can't even think of the father's name off the top of my head. But the father was, the premise of the show is you got these triplets. Dude is a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. House catches on fire. Yo, what's good at? House catches on fire. He goes back in the house to save the dog, and he winds up dying of cardiac arrest, like smoking. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And so he's left with 3 triplets. Now, him and his wife, they have 3 triplets. One passes away. At the same time, at the hospital, there's a little black boy. So it's like God's way of, and this is the way I interpret it in their minds, so to speak. This is God's way of replacing that baby. So they take the little boy in. So now they got the 3 triplets, and they raise them as 3 triplets. So it's 2 white parents, of course, 2 white children, and 1. Randall is the black character's name. His parents that gave him up, they were junkies, of course, up in the city or what have you. Father used to be a great musician, whatever the case may be. But when the father, I'm saying all this because when the father dies going to save the dog, you see it, what it is the show, they always going back and forth to when they're babies, when they're high school, when they're in college, to modern days, all these little different flashbacks. which is why I really like the show because I like police shows that do that, kind of give you different context and how you got to be where you are present day. So I love shows that do flashbacks. Uh, I never watched it from the first season. I'm going to watch it on Netflix. Yeah, it's a real good show. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. Um, but that was one of the things. And then just like life, they all got their different things that they're battling with. You know, Randall, the black character, he's struggling. He's always struggling with trying to prove himself and show that he's what everybody thought he was, and he's the strong one. He's the this here and that there. He don't want to be the letdown, so to speak. The youngest brother, the other brother, rather, because they all the same age, triplets. Uh, he's an actor. The sister, she's obese. So they all got their different complexities and trying to figure out their different dynamics. The mother winds up remarrying. The mother winds up remarrying the husband that passed away, his best friend. So, of course, the black guy and the sister, they have no problem with it. But the actor, he has a problem with it. So him and Miguel's, because Miguel is the best friend's name, their relationship is kind of text. These adult choices most definitely can cause child trauma. Absolutely. Especially when I've been calling you uncle all my life for the first 10 years of my life. Now I see you coming out of mommy room. Like, yo, that like you said, man, that's gonna cause some kind of trauma one way or another. I don't care whether or not y'all was sleeping together beforehand, afterhand. I just think that certain things is off limits. Uh, and again, you got people that do that, and people, they stand on it. I know people that got babies by siblings and things of that nature. There, again, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying what Marv can't do. I can't never see being like with one of my family members, one of their exes, or none of my boys. Like we go back 30, 40 years. I just can't. I can't. That don't make sense to me from that aspect. Now, it's one thing to me, like if we went together in high school, y'all went together in high school, and nothing ever came of it, and all that kind of stuff there. But even then, sometimes like with situations like that can get tricky, right? So I kind of wanted to see some of you guys take on that there because I know I was saying that women seem to be more loyal when it comes to that than men are, but that's not always true either. And the reason I say that is because there's been situations where, with me personally, it's like I might go to kick it to a young lady, and she was like, "Well, nah, normally I would give you the number, or we could go out, but we can't because my girl, she liked you first." And I'm like, "Okay, like, why am I being penalized because your homie liked me and she never stood a chance? Like, I was never interested in her. So why you gonna forfeit me the right to go out with you because she liked me first? It'd have been different if me and her were dating at some point or something was going on, and then you followed up. But if it's not the follow-up situation, I don't get why I gotta be penalized when she didn't have a chance anyway. So I could respect the kind of loyalty. I don't agree with it, but I could respect it. And I'm saying the same thing on opposite ends. Like, nah, man, we can't do this. That's my man, Joe. Because as dudes, we a little bit different. Like, it don't matter who's saying it first. It's about who kick it. You know what I mean? That's different. She is using that as an out. Hey, that could have been it too, man. I believe she was genuine. Well, I know. Put it like this: in that particular situation that I was talking about, she was genuine with it because eventually we did start it. We had a conversation, that same kind of conversation that I was saying. He's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I shouldn't hold that against you, even though she liked you, and if she didn't have, it'd be different if we had something going on. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. But I just think it's totally different when you talking about people being in actual relationships with one another and not just liking someone, or that, so to speak. I don't care if I see a girl that I like. If me and Leonard out together, because I'm glad Leonard in here too, because a lot of my friends here, Ben, they married. So, but if me and Leonard, we out kicking it somewhere, I see a girl like, yo, she bad over there, and L get the number because she prefer him over me. Hey, we win. That's the way I look at it. It's on to the next one. Like I ain't gonna be hating on man. You see, I showed it to you. How you gonna get a number and all that there? Like that's so elementary to me. Me personally. But you got people that feel that way. Exactly. Yeah, we both with. You already know, bro. Let me stop when people start getting the wrong idea. Yeah, but man, to me that's super duper petty to me, for me personally. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like love supersedes all? In some cases, because now don't get me wrong. As like I said, I'm watching the show and I really like the show, but I can't even lie. Even watching the show, I always felt some way toward Miguel. Like, how you gonna marry your best friend's wife? And then you hear people say that too. I hear people say that all the time. As far as, well, I've literally witnessed conversations like that there. Well, if anything would happen to me, I want you to be happy. And I think this person here would be appropriate and all that did. Like, yo, I've never been in a relationship when I was married. We not doing that. We not doing that because I don't really care. I don't need you if you dare to go on, no disrespect. I don't need your permission. That's first and foremost, right? But if I've got to feel some kind of way or I got to feel some kind of way internally to be with you, I don't want to be with you. But what the world gonna say about us being together? What the family gonna say? We can't go to no Thanksgiving. We can't go to no Christmas because everybody gonna be looking at us sideways. I ain't sure somebody gonna try to crack me over the head with a chair. Like, nah, we not about to do all of that, yo. I ain't built for that kind of life. And like I said, as much as it was a good show, and Miguel was seen to be a cool dude, genuine dude, I just can't see that. I thought Miguel was shady for that. I would feel some kind of way if I was one of the triplets. Exactly. I can't believe Kevin, the son Kevin, the actor. Kevin absolutely felt some kind of way. Randall seemed to be cool with it, just like old girl. I don't want to call her no names because I don't want to get hated on. But the daughter. and shout out to Toby too, because her husband Toby was pretty cool. I like Toby. But yeah, it was just like, and then I felt some kind of way toward the mother too, because why would you even entertain that? Like, it'd be one thing if y'all had a little fling or whatever, but to go as far as marrying this dude and knowing that they was best friends, I can't see that sometimes. But that's just my personal opinion. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with it. I just couldn't do it. Yo, what's good? What's good too? I don't know this show, but some relationships should not be entertained. Period. All right, yeah. It was came on ABC or one of them, babe. It was pretty good. It's a real good show. This Is Us. But and like I said, now some people would say, well, him and Miguel, because I want to say in one of the flashbacks, Miguel and the father had the conversation that if anything happened to him. And again, that's why I made the point. I don't care if you give me permission. NBC, yeah, you're right. My bad. NBC, not ABC. I don't care if you give me permission though. Well, he did say if anything happened to him, he want me to step. I could step in. I could help her with the kids. I'ma still be. I'm not gonna become stepdad though. That's not happening. That's not happening for not at all for me. I just can't see it. But like I said, we all know people that's in. Now I won't say we all know, but we have seen situations like that time and time again. And I just look. I ain't gonna lie. There's no judgment, but I do look at people like that sideways. Like exactly, L. Because, like you said, it's almost like it's like the Kill Bills in them to me. Like when she come in, when Uma Thurman come in and kill Vivica Fox character, And she tell her little daughter, if you ever feel any kind of way, we used to see that all the time in all the Chinese movies growing up. If you ever feel any kind of way, come find me when you get older. Because you know she gonna feel some kind of way. You just see her murder your mother. I just seen you call my father friend. I just called you uncle and play with your kids and all that did. They like my play cousins and whatnot. Now all of a sudden I see you coming out of mommy room. Now we had to sit down around the living room and have a conversation because uncle gonna become daddy's husband now. Cause daddy gone. Like, nah. I'm good on that. Dude. It's what they say. It's too many fish in the sea. It's too many people out here for that to be. Now, what y'all do behind closed doors, but I just think that's one thing. And I'm not even saying that that's cool. I'm not even saying that that's cool. But I would just like you to have some kind of discreetness about yourself, like to actually go public and get married and be in a relationship and all that kind of stuff. There, that's just super duper messy to me. What else we got? We got to get up out of here soon. But yeah, man, I'm glad y'all took this journey with me because, like I said, I was watching this different stuff. I don't even know how it came about because I've known all this about Sam Cooke before, but some came up recently. I got an alert or was reading something about Bobby Womack, and it just look. I said, no, you know what? We're gonna talk about this tonight. What shows are you guys watching? Laugh Aloud sound pretty damn toxic. Nah, this it sound like that, but it's really not. It's not a grimy show like that. It's just it's a family show. We talking about This Is Us that was on NBC. It's just we were talking about the whole somebody stepping in once you dead and gone. You know what I mean? Like it ain't like they was creepy. I don't honestly don't believe that Rebecca was sleeping with Miguel when the husband was alive because they would have one of those relationships like, ooh, those are good relationship goals. And they came across as real magical on the camera as far as their chemistry, how they worked together, how they were trying to raise the kids. Unfortunately, he just died while they were still young. And I understand that you got to live your life and mama got to move on sometime like that there, if that's what you feel. I know, I got one dude, I know that one said, yo, his wife died. He gonna be married again within the next 2 months. Like, some people just can't be alone. You know what I mean? I'm not built that way. I've seen people that been married, the spouse died, and they never remarry again. I understand when there's older people like that, but I've known people that did had the same situation in their 40s and 50s. They're really not too old to really start all over again. But it's different. So to each his own. But I was just wondering, like, you know what I mean? I know how I feel about it. I wanted to kind of have a conversation in general with the audience just to see what you guys take on and how you guys felt about it. Too said I never saw it. Yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good show too. It's just that, like I said, as good as I liked the show and it was funny and good, it was good. It was a pretty good put together show to me, especially the way they factored in all their different uh hardship, so to speak. Like when Randall he gets older, he's listening Rex and Effects Bumps in a Bump when they became like preteens and whatnot. And he goes to the beach. I mean, they go to the pool. And of course, the white mother, she don't know anything about black culture up to this point, whatever. And she talks to one of the ladies at the pool. Is like, okay, like why is his hair like that? And the different things of lotion, which is why I think that is important for especially as many interracial babies that we have these days. I think it's important for you not to isolate them to one side of the family, so to speak, because you're gonna face different things and obstacles that you have no idea. Don't mean that you're a bad parent. Don't mean that you're not a good parent. None of those things there. But if I was to have a baby with a white woman, I need some white folk in my life to know why they don't use lotion or the hair products and different things of that nature there, because I don't even know what the black experience is like and vice versa. She don't know what it's like. She don't know why they go. Why our daughter get teased going to school. I could talk to her about that there, but if she just keeps isolated and no, you're special and you're different and all that kind of stuff there, it doesn't. It takes some time. I've seen too many cases where those children become adults before they start getting answers to questions that they had their whole life that could have been answered so much earlier, and they wouldn't have had to struggle emotionally, psychologically, and all these different aspects if they had to have both factors equated in their life. I've been married multiple times, but this one don't work. I'm going to work on Pornhub. But if this would work, man, they say the money all that where them OnlyFans is where all the money at now. I've been seeing some of the money that these OnlyFans people making. I'm thinking about looking into it myself and starting me an OnlyFans. Ladies, if I get an OnlyFans, y'all go check me out on OnlyFans. I don't even know what OnlyFans is. I just hear about it all the time. I don't know if it's pornographic, if it's just content you let people in, or whatever the case may be. But I said I'm about to do my research. OnlyFans, what up, bro? Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I'm glad y'all. Thanks again for having this conversation with me. I'm going to get that. Hey, I be telling them all the time, yo. They be laughing. Hey, too. They be laughing when I be sending them a little happy birthday song along with $40. Yeah, you know what that you know what that 40 mean. Yeah, buddy. I keep 220s on me. That's a bar right there. When you say, "Bam, don't do it," I'll make sure I keep you blocked so you don't know that is out there. I gotta get that buddy. I think they said Iggy Azalea, and Iggy always been fine to me, but I want to say that they say Iggy made 48 million last year on OnlyFans. 48 million? Oh my goodness, yo. That's crazy money just for people to be following you on your everyday life. I don't even need that kind of money. Bev said, thank. Yeah, look it up. Because I almost want to say that I read it, and that was for like 1 month. It is not of God. I hear you. I need God to find me a ram in a bush with the money tree. Like Reverend Hey. Yeah, but if it wasn't 48 for 1 month, I want to say I might have read it wrong, but I want to say it was for the month of December last year. But if it wasn't for the 1 month, it was over the course of a year. 48 million though. I think somebody else made like 24 million. The one of these young chicks, I don't know nothing about her, but she always with the blue dude that's always staying in trouble. They whatever his name is, he locked up out there in LA. She get $1-2 million a year. And all they know, and the reason I don't know who she is or what she's about, I know her last name is Rock, because I thought it was one of Chris Rock's daughters at first, but it's not. But they just they make money off of being messy, super duper messy. They out there fighting in public, domestic violence and all this other kind of stuff. I ain't supporting that, yo. I don't even click on their articles. That's why I said I don't know. I can't think of their names. I just know his name Blue something and her last name is Rock. Because I thought it was one of Chris Rock's daughters at first. What? Man, I'm going on there right now. Buck naked. I know all money ain't good money. Hey, man, you're right, but it might not be a guy, but I guarantee one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay my tithes on it. I'm gonna still pay my tithes on that whole money, so to speak. I'm gonna pay my 10% and an offer, 10% and an offer. But yeah, man, I thank y'all for rocking out with me. We're gonna be back next Tuesday. Hey, what it do, Trent? Gonna get up out of here. We were talking about the whole Bobby Womack and his messy situation. Bobby Womack, Sam Cooke, do and to not do, entertain the different relationships, all that kind of stuff there. What's good, Mr. Blacks? My bro, what's good, my man? Good to see you out there. Yeah, man, but y'all have a good time, man. I learned to live with myself. I know that's right, bro. Believe you me. Yeah, 48 million. You can just do manicure hands. Start slow. Yeah, I promise you. I promise you. To 48 million. I'm definitely not getting married because we not doing none of that. You ain't getting half of nothing of this unless you in half the videos, dancing to half the song, singing on half the songs. We not doing that. We not sharing none of this. I'm keeping that 48 to myself. Yeah, but Iggy a special one. She is special. Yeah, man. But y'all, I hope y'all everybody enjoy the rest of their weekend, man. Thanks for rocking out with your boy. Uh, if you think you're lonely now, hey, listen, we talk about 48 million, getting 48 million from OnlyFans. Hey, if y'all think I'm lonely now, I promise you I won't be tonight. with 48 million. I know how the song go. I pay mine to go about her business for life. Hey, and it's crazy that you would say that because I was just having this conversation with somebody earlier today too. Like you got a lot of these celebrities, and yeah, we could talk about that real quick before we get out of here. And I don't like to do the gossip, but it's been reported. I don't even know who this dude is. One of these young boys, but supposedly, allegedly, he dropped. He spilled some tea on Shawnee this week or over the weekend. So those that don't know, Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife Shawnee, she's the one that created the whole Basketball Wives show and all that there, which I absolutely refuse to watch. Because half of them on there ain't wives in the first place. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm just joking, Trent. Um, but yeah, so she created the Basketball Wives. Her and Shaq been divorced for quite a while now, and they moved on, or whatever the case may be. Not to mention, I'm not even gonna get into that because I heard all other kind of stories about why Shaq really got ran up out of Los Angeles from the Lakers and all this other kind of stuff. That was a lot of stuff that was going on with that too. But she's now remarried to a pastor out in Texas. He's in Texas. He's originally from Indianapolis, but he's out in Texas. And has a growing ministry, one of the biggest ministries in the state of Texas. So she's first lady Shawnee now. Because I ain't even gonna lie. I was catching out different. I never watched any of his whole sermons, but I would see different snippets here and there on TikTok and all these different social media. I'm like, yo, I like this dude's message pretty much. So I see one that really kind of blessed me. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and check out one of his whole services. And the first thing I do, they doing the welcome address, and we want to introduce you to our first lady. And I'm like, Shawnee. It's like, oh nah. I was like, but I still went ahead and watched the service and all this other kind of stuff. But it kind of turned me off just to see her in that particular light. So you know where I'm going with this, man. So you know where I'm going. So supposedly this young rapper dude come out and says that he's like, she gonna get mad at me for saying this, but supposedly Shawnee is his sugar mama. She was his sugar mama before she got married to the pastor dude. He said that she called him like a week before she got married to the pastor and was like, I need some good D before I get married to old boy pastor, whatever the case may be. And she was like, well, I got 10,000 for you. He's like, that's not enough. So he said she came on through with 50,000. Speculation, I don't know whether it's true or not. This is just what he's saying, what's out there. But the point that I was making, especially these people with these money, when you get to the level of signing NDAs and all this different kind of stuff there, I wish Rock was on because she was he knows a little bit more about this. But they're not paying you. They're not paying you for the sex. They paying you, like you said earlier, but they paying you to leave. They paying you to keep quiet. Dave Chappelle had one of those little parts of his skit in Chappelle's show back in the day. She's going to turn the church into a shit show. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised. And that depends on the type of man of God that he is, if he allow it or not. Because I did see him saying one snippet talking about, well, y'all gonna pray for me, talking to the members of his church. Y'all gonna pray for me, and y'all gonna pray for First Lady too. Because if you don't pray for First Lady, I ain't gonna be happy and all this. So I like that husband energy and you supporting your wife did, but you gotta. I don't know. I don't know. She could have turned over a whole different leaf. I don't know. That's not my place to judge or to call. But you as a pastor, yo, where's your spirit of discernment? And you know her background or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. Bobby Womack wrote a song titled That's the way I feel about you. And the words say that's just the way it is. Something to certainly think about. Absolutely. 48 a.m. my mouth is shut and I'm gone. What? Come on, man. I always tell people, and it was always joking, but I was dead serious at the same time. Over the course of these years, dude, y'all could call me all kind of punks, soft, and all that did. Man, listen. When we found out back in the early 90s that Oprah built Stedman a little house on the property, his own house on the property. So he could be there whenever she felt like it. You can't stay in a big house with me. So I'm gonna create you your own little dog house. Man, listen. Y'all call me crazy all you want to. I'd have been right there. Oprah said I can't come outside. He married her so that so that should tell you what type of man he is. Absolutely. Y'all men get your prostate checked ASAP. I'm just saying. What are you talking about, Noel? You still feeling some kind of way? Cause I said ain't no woman got no business digging in my plate. That's what we're gonna close on. That's what we're gonna close on, y'all. So shout out to Buck too. Buck was on. He did a sports show with me a couple weekends ago. He had this post up there with the lady. Her and the dude is out eating, and she eating steady chewing, but she keeps sticking her fork in his plate, eating half his plate. And so we going back and forth in the comments, and he was like, I think Buck said something to the fact that he never been in a relationship or never been out with a woman that ain't do this. So I'm telling him, like, that's your fault, bro. I was married over 20 plus years, yo. Any woman I ever dated, any woman I was my ex-wife, anybody, like, they know better. Look, because when I order, what you want? Simple as that. There was controversy about his sexuality. I heard that also, Bev. I ain't had no receipts or nothing like that then. Like I say, when it comes to, especially when it comes to that homosexuality, I can't confirm more than not because you ain't doing nothing with me for me to know the facts about it. Nah, laugh out loud. No, it bothers me that some deaths can be avoided. Oh, got you. So you was being serious about that. All right, yeah. Fellas, yeah, we do. We at the age now. We definitely need to get our prostates checked. So thank you for caring. Thank you for caring, Noel. We appreciate you and your concerns for our prostates. But back to the young lady, she's steady digging in his plate, and he's sitting there making angry faces instead of saying something. Like, dude, no, we're not about to dig in my plate because the same way, it's one thing if you ask me, can you taste it, and I give you some on your plate for you to taste, whatever the case may be. But you ain't gonna be sticking your fork on my plate. I promise you that. I promise you that. Got mine checked 3 months ago. Good deal. Good deal. Checked last week. That's right. I like that to see. Because us black men, we wasn't doing that years ago. So it's good to see brothers doing that nowadays and trying to be a better version of ourselves to be here for our young fellas. Shout out to Rich. He's retiring. Thanks for all the service in the Board of Education there in Newark for all the years. Another one out West Side Rough Rider graduates. But yeah, man, I just think it's really positive for us to be there for one another and for our community. You know what I mean? Y'all be wanting to dig. There you go with that again. That's what I'm saying, man. Establish that before we order. I'm a taster. And I have no problem with you being a taster. I'm just letting you know you're not gonna be digging in my plate. So that has been established before we go out. If you see someone on the menu but I don't want a whole menu, then okay, I don't know what to tell you. You're not going in my plate though. I promise you that. But I just want to taste it. Now, if I might be feeling pretty generous that day, I might let you taste it. But here you go. Let me get that little dish over there. Here you go. Let me know what you think and how this tastes. But you putting your fork on my plate, not happening. Oh, can I get? I need a little bit of your soda to wash this down. Cause I only got water. Nope. I don't drink. I don't drink after my. I don't drink after my own kids. They don't drink after me. I've been like that my whole life. My mother would confirm that for you. Exactly. You want to be tasting everything on the menu? Go to take your mind to a buffet. That'll solve that problem. Man, I love it, man. I love that y'all rock with me and we just have a good time. Man, but like I said, man, we're gonna get up out of here. I'm about to go grab me something to eat, man. I hope everybody else enjoy the rest of their evening. What you shaking your hand for, though? Look, I said it so we clear up front. Carry a straw. You ain't gonna be sticking no straw because once you suck up, it's gonna be some residue that come back in. So we're not doing the straw either. I say you'll cut. They know what we used to say back on the day with the 40s all that did. I say you'll cut. How about that? But I'm done. You can have what's left. So once I give it to you, y'all want it back. Yeah, but man, we'll be back next Tuesday. I hope everybody have a good, safe weekend. And I'm praying for everybody. You know, I'm praying for everybody that I believe the Arctic blast is almost over. Rest in peace. Did anybody see about the 3 Kansas City dudes that died in their friend backyard Sunday or last weekend watching the game? That's like crazy. Dude said he went to sleep and he thought the homies went home. 2 days later, they found him, the 3 friends that came over to watch the game with him dead in his backyard. It's like crazy. They done froze to death. Y'all crazy. If you looking on each other while you can't drink after her. Mm-mm. See, that's too much. That's TMI. What they call TMI right there. First of all, who said we licking on each other? All I do is pray with my young ladies. We pray. We have Bible study together. I'm making sure she's growing in the word. Ain't doing no licking. Girl, you you crazy, yo. And that's definitely the way it is. You calling me a liar, Nicole? Are you calling me a liar, Nicole? Yeah, sure. Are you calling me a liar? Got nothing to do with food. then you go back. Nothing at all to do with food. Look at it, food. That's 2 different things. You know I shake this show. You a liquor and you know it. I don't know what you talking about. But with that being said, I will see you on next Tuesday. Y'all stay safe, stay warm. I love each and every one of y'all. And as usual, it's DeAndre and Lisa, I love you intentionally, but I also love you unconditionally. So next week, peace.